Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Young, Free and Coupled. I'm Shamika.
And I'm Issa.
And today is listener question number 2.
Hashtag number 2. Sorry, that's another in-joke. It's unfair doing that, isn't it? Because we're laughing about this thing. You guys don't even know. You probably never know unless you ask a question. Then you will know what we're laughing about. It's really funny. Yes, hashtag number 2.
Yeah, so Issa's got some questions.
I got some questions here.
That we're going to answer for you guys.
Can I tell them about the first one? About the response that we had?
Yes.
On our first one...
Why did you say it like that?
No, because you wanted to get in, so I just want to see. I want to feel it out first. The first listener questions that we did, it was really, really good. We had a lot of listeners and we had fun. We had lots of good questions. We had a good time. Yep. So, because we've gotten questions between number 1 listener questions and now, we said...
Answer some.
We're going to answer some. Yeah.
You look like what?
Yeah, I don't know what you said. We're going to answer some. We're in a really jolly mood. We've had a good day today. So we're going to answer some and we're going to have a great time.
Are you trying to say we're not usually in a jolly mood?
No, we're in an extra jolly mood.
No, we're not.
More than normal.
No, we're not.
Like it's Christmas or something.
I don't celebrate Christmas though.
Yeah, and I was just going to say we don't celebrate Christmas, but you know what we mean.
I'm just being extra.
So, shall I get on with these questions?
Yeah.
Alright, so the first question that we have is from Paul, and he has a podcast called The Varmints Podcast, and it's like an animal-based podcast. I speak to him on Facebook. He runs a podcast group on there. Really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
His question is, what are you guys' favourite animals? Yeah?
What's my favourite animals?
Yeah.
And yours?
Yeah, and mine. So each of our favourite animals, because his podcast is about animal life and stuff.
Okay.
So, do you want to start?
Okay. I'm not really an animal person. If I had to choose a pet that to have, I'll choose a dog. But I'd have to get used to it. I think I'd have it from a puppy. I'd have to get used to it. But I'm not really an animal person. My favourite pet... No. Is this about pets? Oh no, and as animals, isn't it? So my favourite animal that I have seen, not in the flesh, which is going to be quite obvious why when I say it, is a tiger. I think the tigers are so beautiful. I like the way they look. I like the way they hunt. I like the way that... I was just about to say I like the way they mate, but that's not true.
Were you really going to say that?
I don't know why.
I never knew that side of you.
Do you know what I mean? You know when you watch wildlife programs and you see the animals in their natural habitat. I just like tigers. I like tigers. I don't like the way they mate. That's not true.
I just want to say...
Don't make a joke about what
I didn't know that she was into that kind of...
No, don't say
Whenever
that.
we watch wildlife, it was cool. I'll sit and watch a wildlife with her like, babe, this is good. Shamika's like, yeah, this is really good. Wildlife on BBC One, this is... And I'm thinking she just likes it, but she likes lots of the aspects of the Wildlife Channel. I'm stopping my subscription to the Wildlife Channel as of now.
He's lying, don't believe him. You don't have a subscription to any TV.
Yes.
But yeah, I like tigers. I think they're so beautiful. Yeah. What I've seen of them on TV.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the people to go to the zoo and get close. You know, sometimes you got some of them that are tame and you go in there and you go on.
Really?
Yeah, you've seen journalists do it and stuff.
Okay.
And, but I wouldn't do that now. No, thanks.
It's funny what you said, yeah, because you started off talking about pets. You said one pet that you would have is a puppy.
A dog, yeah.
Oh, I thought you only said puppy.
I said a dog, but I would have to have it from
a puppy,
so I could get used to it. Yeah, exactly.
Because you and animals, you're.
I'm not really scared of dogs though. Have you ever seen me be scared of a dog?
No.
I'm not scared of dogs. I don't like dogs jumping on me though, because I just don't trust them. But I don't know if Like, so if I'm walking down the street and a dog's coming, I'm not scared. But if I'm if I'm in somebody's house now and the dog's friendly, then I'll be like, keep your dog away from me, please. Like, just keep your dog away from me. Because I don't like the paws touching you, and just don't touch me, okay? Like, so yeah, that's how I feel. But I feel like if I had a dog from a puppy, I would go to become more comfortable.
Yeah, you grow up with it.
With touching it, holding it, and things like that. So then I'll be more used to it. But I've never had that situation, so that's how I feel about dogs. And the thing about that is, I did used to be scared of dogs when I was a little girl. When I was about 7 years old, I had a next door neighbour, and I was playing out. And my neighbours were like teenage girls. I was about 7 years old. Okay. I mean, I didn't really talk to them because they were older than me. But I was playing out, had my skates on and stuff. So they were coming back from somewhere and they were going to go into their gate, and they had a dog with them. And I was going in, like, I was around my front gate, and I noticed that the dog was like running towards me. So I got scared, but I'm on skates. And I wasn't really a skater, so it must have been new skates or something. So I tried to go into my thing, and I actually went into my gate. The dog ran into my gate after me, and I was petrified, and the two girls laughed. They just they were laughing at me. Like, I was so...
Wait, you ran or you tried... Did you try and run with your skates on?
I was trying to skate. I was trying to run with the skates that I couldn't skate. So it was just all a mess, and the dog ran down the path after, ran down the front garden path after me, and I was petrified. I think I was crying hysterically and stuff. I remember, and I'll never forget that, because I was just thinking, I was just like, how could they just laugh at me? I went in and I told my mum. My mum went next door, and I don't know what she said, but she must have told their parents, something.
Did the dog catch you? Did it jump on you?
No, the dog. I don't remember the dog touching me or anything like that. I don't know if they called the dog eventually. I don't know. I must have blacked out. All I know is that I heard them laughing, and I was just crying. And yeah, that's what I remember. And another time when I was living in the same area, must have been around about the same age, I went to the shop, because those are the times when it was safe to go to the shop at a young age, like, especially if you go, your friends live around, your shop's just around there. And
the good old days.
I went to the shop on my own. I don't even know what I was doing, but yeah, we used to just go places and explore, whatever. I was going to the shop, and there was like a stray dog. And I say stray because it just looked a bit, a bit mangy.
Yeah, you can tell.
And I remember that dog, there was a dog who had no owner or anything.
Was it on a leash?
No, it was just a dog. So it started coming towards me, and I started getting scared. And it came closer, and I was like, "Go away!" And it wouldn't, and it was still coming. And I was like, "Shoo!" Like, when you shoot something. No, but the way I was like, "Shoo!" The dog got scared, and the dog ran. The dog ran. Yeah, I must have looked like a maniac, but I was a child, so I could get away with it.
Wow.
But I was really scared of dogs. Now
that's hilarious. So you were going to turn into a Hulk or something?
I don't know.
You must have shouted, didn't it?
No, with all my might, I shoot that, because I could feel it in my throat, and then shout. I remember it because now I'll never let that happen again. I will never see a dog and move to that. I don't care even if a dog brushes me. If it's walking along, I'm not scared of dogs in that way. Never.
I'm just trying to imagine someone else. You don't obviously remember who was around walking down the street and stuff, but
there was cars driving. There was I don't think that I remember, because there was shops. There was no one else in that immediate space where I was, except for me and that dog. Or maybe there was, but all I could see is me and the dog. But yeah,
I'm trying to imagine someone just went to the shop one day to buy some eggs or some milk, and then maybe they're in the shop, or they're just there's traffic and they're just in the car, and then out of nowhere they just hear shout, and they must have been like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" And they just see a young girl and a stray dog looking at each other, and the dog just running off.
The dog ran. That's classic. And I don't even know if I went shop after that. I don't know what happened after that. But when you have certain memories, those memories I never forget what happened in the moment. Like after the dog ran down the path after me, I remember I told my mum, and I don't remember what happened after that, and I don't remember who I was playing out with before that. But I'm sure I was playing out with somebody, you know. But yeah.
That's a mad story. You know, it's funny, yeah, because I've got one story that happened with me about dogs as well. I never had a dog. I've never really been scared of dogs. But when I was younger, I used to always walk home with my friend, yeah? So this is like year 7. So this is when you're like, what, 13?
In year 7?
How old are you in year 7?
11, I think 11 to 12.
11 to 12, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that for our American, because we've got a lot of American listeners and stuff. But me and my friend, we used to live quite near to each other, right? And there was a way that we could have walked home together. And we would have been both home within like 10 minutes. But what we used to do, we used to walk into some park, play football with our other friends and stuff, and then like go home. So it was like going the long way around to go to the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then sometimes my mum used to be like, why are you taking so long to come home? And I would be like, oh, we just walk home. I was a bit naughty.
Yeah.
We walk home. Sometimes we go a different way. Because I want to play football with my friends, innit? And walk home with my friends so that I can like chat to them about the day and stuff. So my mum kept saying to me, like, you're taking too long to walk home. Like, when it's home time, walk straight home. You can walk with your friend if they're going the same way as you.
But make sure you come straight home. Yeah.
So me, at that age, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to walk a bit quicker, the long way. That's what I did. So I was being disobedient to my mum. Okay, and I hope my mum... Well, it's not like my mum watches this because my mum can't do anything to me anymore, right? So I'm not worried about getting disciplined.
You were gonna say scared?
Yeah, because when I was younger, I was scared. So yeah, taking a long way round, and you know, the day after that, my mum said that the day after we were walking around the long way, went to play football or soccer and having fun. Coming home now, we hear some loud barking. Yeah, so me and my friend are like, that barking doesn't sound like it's coming from someone's garden. It sounds like the dog's on the street round the corner or something. So we're walking. We walk down this hill. It's a steep hill, yeah? And we're walking down this road, and there's a road off the road. So when we're walking, we look to our left, and then we see that there's a dog. You know when dogs stand up on their hind legs and they hold onto like a wall or a fence, and it was barking like row, 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 barking loud. And we were just like, that dog looks mad. The dog jumped over the fence.
Wow.
And the dog chased me and my friend. And we could have just run downhill, but we were so scared and stuff, we ran up the hill, and it was a steep hill. Yeah, so we ran up the hill and our legs were hurting. I don't know where my friend was. He was behind me, but I don't know how far.
he was watching your path.
Running from this dog. This dog's so scary. And eventually we're running. We got split up, and then I ran home. Okay, and
did you get home on time because you did that run?
I don't even remember.
I'm joking.
But I remember like my mum. Like after that, we never went that way again. I went the normal way. I didn't go to play football in the park. I will always remember that. I think the next day I spoke to my friend, and my friend was like, "Where were you?" Kind of.
I was gone.
Yeah, where were you? And he looked okay. Didn't have no bite marks on him. He was all right. But that's something I remember, and that's something I'm even speaking to one of my sons about, because he likes to like go off and do things. Go places he's not meant to be going, like little detours and stuff. When I'm with him or just doing stuff he's not meant to do, and I'm going to tell him that story. I've been meaning to tell him that about this thing. So that's something I'm going to tell him. So that made me just think of that. But that's my animal story.
But
my favourite animal. Sorry, I kind of went off track. Can it?
No, it's okay. Yeah, but
I don't know. I'd have to say
know that I'm not the only person.
You're not the only one. Maybe that's why we met, because we have these dog experiences. I'm sure
lots of people
get chased by dogs every day, especially postmen. But yeah, you know, it's funny. My favourite animal would probably have to be a cat. and not
You
like
had a cat before.
a tiger or nothing. But I've had two pets in my life that I've cared about. I've had other pets that were my brother and sister's pets. I don't care about them. Had 2 cats. One was an outdoor cat we used to have, and one was an indoor cat we used to have. Neither of the cats cared about me. The cats don't really care about people.
I don't know. I don't really like.
You don't really know. But this second cat, it was an indoor cat, and it was didn't care about us. It was a mad cat. It used to do mad stuff. He was called Rocket. We called him Rocket because he would just, for no reason, he would just sprint across the house, and you will look and think, where's he gone? He didn't go anywhere. He just ran. So I don't know if he was practicing or something, but I used to love that cat, kind of because he didn't care about me and he just lived his own life. And he was so
within
cool.
the house.
Within the house. He was a cool cat. Ginger little cat. I loved him. So, Paul, that's your answer.
I was quite enjoying that.
Tiger and
I forgot. My brother had a Rottweiler. In our house.
Your eldest brother?
No, Dram.
Oh, okay.
On Dram's birthday, Roy, who was my mom's partner at the time, had a Rottweiler, but the Rottweiler used to stay at where he worked. He had a garage. He was a mechanic, so he had a garage. So Sandy was there, and she had puppies, and one of the puppies, Dram won the puppy for his birthday, so he got Jazz, which was a puppy Rottweiler, but
Jazz.
And yeah, Jazz was okay and stuff, but it wasn't my dog. I didn't, because Dram, like, in my family, not everyone was scared of dogs. I don't know who else was, but I was. Dram wasn't. Dram's a dog lover and stuff. And I remember one time Sandy came to the house.
Who's Sandy?
Jazz's mum, the dog's
puppy's
puppy's mum. She came to the house and she stayed there for a while. But we had a conservatory outside, didn't it? So she stayed in the conservatory. Is
that at the front or the back of that?
The back.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was in the conservatory, and we had a long garden as well. And one time, my cousin came over, and we, we had where we used to live in Stratton Vale. We had from the front we could go around, and there was like an alleyway, and it would lead to our back as well.
Yeah.
So like we climbed over our wall, yeah, and my cousin decided to let Sandy at the conservatory, and she was a big dog. I don't know if she was I don't think she was vicious. She must have been a nice dog, but to me, I didn't care. Every dog looked vicious, especially if they were a big Rottweiler.
Yeah.
I was petrified. I had.
What, didn't you spend time with the dog or anything?
No, it wasn't my dog. It wasn't my dog. When I was younger, I didn't really like. Not really. I was afraid of dogs when I was younger.
Wow.
I was afraid of dogs, and the first thing I remember about the dogs is about that dog that ran down the pathway after me, and I remember what the dog looks like. He's one of them dogs. I don't even know what the breed is called, but it's got the long, ears, droopy kind of ears, and yeah.
Really?
But yeah, so look, I had a dog in my household, and I still didn't bond with a dog.
Did that dog chase you, Jazz? Or Sandy?
Yeah, I don't know if it chased me, or if it just ran into the garden.
You just saw the dog come out, and you were like...
I just ran back on the fence, and I just sat there.
You were an athletic kid, man. You had skates. No,
I didn't know I used to be. Yeah,
jumping over fences.
Listen. When I was a young child, I had a good time.
It sounds like
those were the times when we were actually allowed to go out and explore. Like, I can't imagine letting our kids out and explore. But we used to be able to go far. Like, I used to go, we had older friends as well. Like, because the community that you live in, you have younger kids and you have older kids. There was an older kid, we used to do paper rounds with him and stuff. Like, obviously that was beneficial to him, but to us it was fun, innit?
Yeah.
But we used to go like further than just your own square where you lived in or something. You used to be able to go places where your mum couldn't see you, and it was okay. Like, yeah.
That's cool, man. So yeah, animals have been a part of our lives, most definitely.
But I can see myself having a dog, and I can't see myself having a cat. No.
Well, me neither. I can't see myself having any pets. That's just how I am. But if I were to pick one, it would be a dog.
Is it?
I just feel because cats don't care about you.
That's what the kids want. The kids want a puppy.
Yeah, if you get a cat, maybe you have to spend a lot of time with the cat. I don't know how cats are. I don't want to give them a bad name. or anyone who
Yeah,
loves
because
cats.
some people experience cats in different ways than others, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
But I think dogs are more friendly, like, to people. Cats are more independent, whereas dogs are probably more loyal.
Yeah, well, that's what you kind of hear. That's what I know of them two animals anyway.
So yeah.
But, that was actually really fun to answer. The next question is from another guy I speak to on Facebook, and he's part of a podcast called Tag Me In. It's two friends talking about life and stuff. They put really cool stuff on social media. They're really nice guys. The question that he asked was like, who do we... You got an answer?
I don't really have a target audience. I think that anybody could listen to us.
Well,
I don't. When I talk with you, and we're talking and we're giving advice, or we're just talking about our experiences, I think anybody can take from it. Like younger, like. Okay, so I wouldn't say children, and I wouldn't say young teenagers.
Just people.
But I'll say like from adulthood, so like maybe 18 or even 16 and upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I just think information is not limited, is it?
It's not.
And
it's who wants to take
me.
from it.
I can take advice from somebody younger than me, older than me. Usually, I would think that an older person would be wiser, but sometimes a young person can be wiser than an older person.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Sometimes you cannot take. Older people try to give you advice, and you just realise that they don't know what they're talking about. So I don't think we set a target audience.
No, we didn't. We didn't set anything out.
We didn't set anything, did we?
We
No.
didn't think. Okay, basically, the best way to put it is like we didn't sit down and say, "Oh, we're going to cater towards these kind of people. This is what it's for. This is who we're going after to listen to us." We just thought like. It's something that people would appreciate to hear that kind of conversation. Yeah,
and also it's like we speak as a married couple with children, but we haven't. Well, this is what will be like our 15th episode.
Yeah.
So we have much more to talk about. I could still talk about experience I had when I was a teenager. Experience I had like when I ran away from home, things like that. That could target people younger than me.
Yeah, of course.
Like I've been through things that maybe some teenagers are going through, and I will go through things that maybe some older people have already been through. That's why I always ask for feedback as well, because me and Issa talk about our experiences and things we've been through, and we try to say, oh yeah, learn this from us or learn that from us. But somebody older could be like, well, they've got it wrong. Like, because we won't know that we've got it wrong unless somebody tells us.
Of course.
Because as of this moment in time, this is what we have learned. So this is what we give.
Yeah.
This is what we give. So, But, that's all. I don't really have much more to say about that, about
well,
audience.
with me personally, like, I'm a man and I'm married and I'm a dad. Well, it's obvious, but
No.
I think like I hope that any man can listen to me and identify in some way because I'm just a normal guy. Like I've got things that I'm dealing with. I've got things that I've gone over. I've got things that I think about a lot. There's some things I don't think about much. So, I'm my own person, but I like to think that I can speak for anyone from the ages of like 16 onwards, because a lot of the stuff that I talk about, I can talk about things that I did when I was young that I'd say, you know, if I was to talk to anyone in a setting, I would say to them, like, don't do this. You know, up to people a bit older than me who I can talk to on a level, because I feel like I could talk to people that are a bit older than me, than age I am, because of how my life is. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and I think how we talk when we're podcasting is how we talk. Because you can talk to anybody really, and how you talk on the podcast is the same way you talk to somebody. Like, you've spoken to, like, you've tried to give advice to my younger brothers and stuff before. I'm sure you've given advice to your brothers. Yeah. Your brothers you have a brother in his 20s now, isn't it? Yeah. And then
mid-20s.
my brother and my nephew are like 18 and 17, you know. And then you speak to people your own age. Yeah. You can speak to men older than you and stuff. But how we talk with each other and here is how we talk to people, basically. We just talk about our passions, talk about things, things that we go through. And stuff,
just real stuff. We don't try and make anything look better than it is.
It's not anything packaged we're talking about, so we can't really say specifically where we're talking to this age group or any sort of targeted audience. Yeah, so
what all that we hope is that people enjoy it and we can give something to people that they will like, you know. But at the same time, we're not going to change, but it's like a relationship thing between us and our listeners, or our people who watch. So that's a really, really good question. Thank you, Tag Me in Podcast. That was great. Next question that I've got is from Caden. Okay. He's got a podcast called The Gaming Podcast. And he's recently put out his episode 1. It looks really good. It's on SoundCloud. The question that he asked me is, I want to read it out properly.
That's my nephew, by the way.
Yeah. It is, what's your advice with starting a podcast?
Okay.
What's your advice for starting a podcast?
I think you should answer this because you are the originator of this whole podcast.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, probably wouldn't be doing a podcast. So you did the whole startup process. So I think you're the best person to answer. And can I just say, Caden, well done. A 10-year-old that started up his own podcast. My nephew's very intelligent. So well done, Caden.
That's right.
Well done.
Very
Big
proud
up
of
to you. Big up to you.
You started 20-something years before me. So in 20-something years, you're going to be a great man. Exactly.
Maybe even before that. Maybe in 10 years.
Okay, no, that's the wrong thing.
In 10 years, you'll be a great man.
Not limiting to 20 years. But, yeah. Basically, I started a podcast because I listen to so many podcasts, right? And I listen to things that have a different perspective to me. I don't just listen to things that mimic exactly how I think and how I feel. I listen to things that are going to give me something different.
Different perspectives.
I listen to MMA, like storytelling, you know, so many different things, all right? So when I started, I said, you know what, I just want to make sure that it's different in one way or another. Now, the way that I thought this is different is it's a husband and wife sitting down, we homeschool, we do all this stuff that we think is quite different. When you mix it all up, you have a different perspective on things. So first piece of advice when you're starting a podcast is just be passionate. Always be passionate about it. No matter how many viewers or listeners you get, start it. If you've got it in your head, this isn't just to Caden, this is to anyone. If you got it in your head, I want to do a podcast, just start. You don't need to buy £300 mic, £800 camera, lighting, and have a great laptop and all this stuff. It could just be you and a microphone. You can do it on your phone to start with. But just start, because if you go back and listen to our first episode that we did, I was talking like not how I talk normally. I was trying to pronounce my words properly and say certain things a certain way, innit? It wasn't natural. So just
And we had a different microphone as well. The sound was completely different to now as well.
Yeah. Even when I listen to it, I'm a bit embarrassed, but I'm keeping it there because that's my first episode and it means a lot. So just be passionate, okay? Be yourself and have a different perspective. Make sure you know your perspectives. Caden, you're doing a gaming podcast. Don't make it so that when someone listens, they think, okay, this is what everyone else is talking about. You know, everyone's talking about this, everyone's talking about that. Even if you're talking about similar things, make it be from your perspective and make it be passionate. Innit?
Yeah, and can I add to that? Also, talk when you're doing your podcast. Talk like you're talking to a friend, or because I think you're quite passionate about computers and things like that, Caden. Like your dad's told me how good you are with PC, but you're probably good at gaming as well. So talk whatever you talk about, talk like you're talking to one of your friends, because when people start listening to you, then they can interact with you as well as Like you can give them information, they may give you back feedback, and just keep going. Like if it's what you enjoy doing, then you just keep doing it and just keep it fun. Don't do it for any reason other than the fact that you like doing it. And yeah, that's what I would say.
Listen, that's.
Because if I'm not in a good mood to do the podcast with Issa, I don't think that, more business-minded people might be like, well, it's a business, it's a job, so just do it. It doesn't matter how you feel, you have to put it out. I don't feel that way. I feel like it's not. This is more of a hobby for me. Even no matter how big we get or whatever, it's a hobby for me. So I want to do it and feel happy and feel like I'm interacting in a good way, rather than doing it because I have to do it to get the content out.
Yeah. It's not good to do that. When you're like that, you get into a trap, and people can tell when you're doing something just to get more followers or just to make money or something. People can tell if you're not being genuine. It's really important to be genuine in life as well. And like in terms of because with me and Shamika, right, I'm more of the technical side. I'm not even very technical, but what I did a lot.
Used to be.
Oh yeah, so but there's people out there that know a lot more. But just me talking to anyone out there is like, learn the field that you're going into. Like, respect what you're going into. Respect it, because there's people out there that love podcasting. It's their life, innit? So if you want to make a dent or like make a bit of noise in the podcasting field, and this is even to anything you want to do in life as well. Right now, podcasting is like something that I'm really into, but really research what you're doing. Research stuff a lot. Ask so many questions about it. If anyone listening, if you want to ask, you can ask me. I'll give you help as far as what I know. But yeah, research and know what you're getting into, and make sure that you're prepared.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yes.
Make sure you're prepared and go for it. Anything you want to do in life, go for it. Don't let anyone tell you, oh, what do you mean podcast? No.
Don't let anybody limit you. You know more than anybody else what you are capable of. Even if nobody around believes you, if you believe it within yourself, you can achieve it. You can. So nobody, don't let your mum, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your grandma, your grandfather, and I'm saying those people because those are the closest people to you that you would get you would think you get the best advice from. Sometimes family think that they're giving you the best advice, but they sometimes do not see what you know is within yourself. So you don't let anybody stop you. You just do what you feel that you can do because you can do it.
Yeah, and so sometimes those people might say things because they are not you.
Because they're afraid. Maybe they might be afraid that if you do it, you may not succeed or something. And they don't want you to be hurt or anything. But if you know you can succeed, then you do it. you do it. And even if you don't succeed, it will be a learning curve and you can do it again and you will succeed that time. You know, there's nothing that can stop anybody from succeeding at whatever they want to do.
That's right. So, you know, there's a saying, you win some, you lose some. But there's a newer version of that, which is you win some, you learn some. You never really lose. You just learn of what not to do again. And I've done a lot of stuff and things. I've done some stuff wrong. But I pick myself up and I keep moving, you know. And you will find that some people out there in the world, because the internet is so great, you can put something on the internet, someone from anywhere in the world can get what you put out and know a bit about you. So just go for it.
Yes.
Yeah, never give up. And I'm always here if any of you that need help. And Caden, you know I'm always here for you anyway. You're a good boy, man. So that is the gaming podcast by Caden, and he's on SoundCloud. I've listened to his first episode.
And well done.
Yes, well done. Good. If you like gaming, you better go and listen to that podcast. It's really good.
Yeah.
For sure. And we've got another question.
Okay.
Guys, what we did, we kind of got questions, like we get lots of feedback and stuff, but we're picking questions. We don't want to fly through them, and we want to answer it like in detail. So everyone has been answered, but they're not all being answered right here now on the podcast, yeah? Last one is from Semra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
hi Semra.
What's up, Semra? We have good contact with him. He's a good guy. He spoke to us through WhatsApp. If you look on our website, youngfriendcouple.com, and you go all the way down to the bottom, it will have some text that will say, you know, like click here to send us a message through WhatsApp. If you have WhatsApp on your phone, anywhere in the world that you are, we are in London, you press that button, you'll be taken to your WhatsApp app, and our podcast number will come up, and you can write a message or send us an audio message. That's what Semra did. And
it's a following question from the because he asked a question on the first listener question, and we answered that, and he's got a follow-up question.
Yes.
He's
got a follow-up question, and his follow-up question is basically there was two parts. The first part was that he got on the bus. It's not like a follow-up.
So that's what you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were saying that. I was thinking, what? I'm lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first situation, he got on the bus, didn't have money. Sorry. Yeah. He got on the bus, no money. Everywhere around is closed. What would a bus driver do in that situation? Right. Second situation, someone else got on the bus who didn't pay. He said he had no money, and the driver basically said to him, go to the shop and top up. And the guy said, I did. But he was lying, yeah? Mm-hmm. And the guy was saying, I'm not getting off the bus. And the bus driver turned the bus off and called the police.
But isn't this what we addressed before?
No, this is what we addressed before. We spoke about this.
Maybe we spoke about the question, and I'm getting it confused with because obviously when you tell me the questions that they give, we discuss it.
Yeah, we really discuss it.
So that's probably why.
We discuss
we've
it
done that question, but we haven't done the question. On the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So, with the first situation, basically, someone gets on the bus and it's really late, okay, and they press their Oyster card against the reader, and it says there's not enough money. Personally, I look around. Okay, there's no shops open, so I'm not gonna leave that person out on the road. I'll tell them, listen, you can get on in a few stops. There will be a shop open where you can go and top up. So you're free to get on, and then in a couple stops, can you please just get off and put money on your Oyster card? Because the truth is, people out there, if you just let people on and say, yeah, come on, it's alright. If a ticket inspector gets on, the bus driver gets in trouble. And if you keep doing that, being nice, because it's good to be nice, but it's also good to follow. But
it's still your
rules.
job, yeah.
Yeah, then what can basically happen is you lose your job if you keep letting people on like that. So I just make sure
that you tell them.
I tell them, yes,
get on and make sure.
Your shop. If you really do want to top up, you want to put money on and pay for your fare, because you're like an honest person and you want to be part of society, then in a few, look out for a shop. When you see one, get off and top up. And I've actually, if the shop is right near the bus stop, personally, I've said, look, there's a shop right by this bus stop. Run in there, put one on your Oyster card, I'm waiting here. You come get back on my bus.
Mm.
So that's the first one.
Yeah, but would all bus drivers do that?
I don't think they would.
Exactly.
You know, but it's up to the bus driver.
It's up to the bus driver
to use his general like faculties and just generally how he is and
the first thing that you forgot to
situation.
say is like you would ask if they had money on if they had a debit card to pay with as well.
Yeah.
So
I'll ask if there's a second way for them to pay, which would be using their debit card. You know, but yeah, it's one of those things, man. Every single bus driver will give a different answer.
Yeah. There is no answer. It's down to the bus driver's discretion, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely that.
But that's what you would do.
That's what I would personally do.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep safe out there. And the next one was basically the guy got on the bus. He was being rude to the driver. He basically didn't want to pay. He was saying, "Well, if I can't pay, then you need to still just let me on."
Bus, yeah.
And the bus driver wasn't having it. So what do you think about it?
So did he call the police or he didn't?
I think he called the police. Yeah.
So what's the question? What do we think about
Yeah,
that?
what do you think about the bus driver doing that?
Personally, I wouldn't call the police.
That's overboard, isn't it?
I wouldn't call the police. If somebody's getting on the bus and I've told them, listen, you have to get, you're not allowed to come on the bus without paying. Can you pay? They said, I tried to pay, but it didn't work. And what, I wouldn't spend my time arguing.
Guys, I need to go. Shamika's going to keep it moving.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend my time arguing with the person. I will tell them what I expect, which is for them to pay, go to the shop and buy an Oyster card. If they choose to refuse, then it's down to them. I'm going to close the door with them on or off the bus and keep it moving. Then if an inspector comes on, then I will say, listen, there might be a person on the bus, and I explain to them that they are not allowed to get on the bus without paying. They didn't listen, then it's down to them. When they get their fine, that's their choice. But I wouldn't call the police. I think it's just a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste, frighten me. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's a waste of my time. So just leave them. If somebody wants to be argumentative, if they don't want to pay, then that's up to them. So yeah, that's what I would say. Sorry. Guys, I just got frightened. My nephew just came in the door. I thought it was my delivery from Amazon, so I wasn't expecting someone to come in. I was like, so I just need to explain that because I I paused in the thing.
What happened off camera? What did Issa do?
Yeah.
So you answered it.
Yeah.
I heard your answer.
So that's what I would do.
Yeah. So.
What would you do?
I think it's overboard calling the police and all that kind of stuff. So, me personally, if someone's being rude and they get on my bus, I'll just ignore them. I'm not going to keep conversation going with someone who's being blatantly rude like that. I would make sure I tell them, you're getting on this bus without paying. Other people on this bus have paid their hard-earned money, innit, babe, to get this bus. So if you feel like you want to get on without paying, you've made that decision yourself. But
and that's it.
I can't stand that kind of behaviour, man. I'm here to work. I don't come to your workplace and give you grief, so why do it to me?
Yeah, but now, after being a bus driver for so long, you won't let it affect you. You tell them what you expect of them. If they don't listen, you close the door and keep it moving. Yeah. That's it. There's no point in wasting everyone's time because of one person and their bad attitude. And if they don't want to get paid, it's going to come back on them sooner or later. They'll get a fine for doing, So, that's down to them.
That's right. So, yeah, that's...
But I think that you should always help somebody who needs help. Like in Semra's situation, it was late at night. It wouldn't be easy just to find any shop. Okay, I'm not gonna throw you off the bus. But if you do see a shop, get off and you have to get off and top up your Oyster card.
Yeah.
But if I let you know that if an inspector does come on, I'll have to explain to them the situation, and you explain for yourself as well.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to look out for you to see when the shot passes. I'm not going to look out for you to see if you're going to get off and top up your oyster. It's your decision. I'm telling you this when you've come on, and then that's the end of my interaction with you, because I have to continue to focus on my job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, we've had another good one, innit?
Yeah.
What was your favourite question?
If
you had to
the
pick
dog with the pet one, because I don't have a pet, but when you think about things that you did when you was a child, like the way you were scared, and when I wouldn't think about the way I would run down the garden path or that dog that I shooed, like. But it's funny. It's funny, and the thing is, there's more incidences that's happened.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go on about it, because I could say lots of things. It could take up a whole show talking about dogs when I was a child. But
me too. Trust me.
But yeah, that was my favourite question, just because it was fun thinking about how I was when I was younger, how I was proper scared. Can you imagine as an adult me being that scared of a dog?
Yeah.
Can you imagine this? There's
you know
dogs around all the time. Can you imagine me being like this?
But you know what? Oh yeah. Listen, guys, it's like.
Oh, look at that.
It's something really funny, yeah, because we're talking about animals, but you don't like creepy crawlies.
No,
yeah?
I don't.
Shamika does not. She's not in it. Moths, spiders, little, you know. Shamika will call
Spiders
me.
aren't that bad though. I don't get petrified of spiders, because spider could be hanging in the corner for ages and I don't care.
Yeah.
It's only if they're moving.
You're thinking.
If they're on the go, then it's like no, stop that in its tracks and put it out the window or something.
Yeah.
If you
You're
can't,
very like, I'll be in another room chilling, whatever, and Shamika will be like, "It's come in here quickly! I know where the moth is. He's flying quick!" And I'll come in and get it and like put it out and stuff. You know?
My scaredness has made Issa not scared of moths. When I first met Issa said he was scared of moths. But I've never seen him be scared of moths. Never. Now whenever he picks up moths with his hands now. Would you ever do that before?
No, I don't know I wasn't scared of like
I think
even
it's
like any other insects and stuff. But you know, moths, like some of them, they just look yeah? And I would just see a moth and I'd just be like, why is there a moth here? The moth's there because of the light, you know, but...
So that means that he loved me so much when he first met me.
Look at
that,
you!
That he put it on, he put his... I was like, oh, it's a moth! And he was like, oh, I'm scared. What am I going to do? I can't show that I'm scared. Okay, babe, I'll rescue you. He got something and got the moth. Till now, he's like cured, innit?
Well, yeah, cured. I'm cured from
but then
fear of moth.
There's a spider in my room or something. If I'm scared or something, well, not a spider, because I'm not usually scared of spiders, like, but unless they're moving, so I am really. But I'll be like, if it's in the corner or something, I'll be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, it's gonna stay there, like, to try and get out of dealing with it.
Yeah.
But if I have to, I'll have to like. Do you know what I've done? I'll drag the Hoover out the cupboard, put the Hoover on, and Hoover the insect. Because that way I don't have to like splatter it or do anything. I can't pick it up.
Are going to be after you now.
So I just Hoover it up.
Yeah, so insect lovers are after you. They're going to be mailing. Well, they can't mail you dead insects, can they? We've got nets on our windows so that we don't get no insects in our house. Because it's annoying when nighttime you want to have your light on and do stuff and
have the window open, but the moths like to come in.
And I came up with my fear of moths because can you imagine if there's a moth in the house and Shamika doesn't like it and she's like, it's okay with the moth, and I'm like, no, you get the moth. Like what?
But some people do that.
Look, if you're a man, no. Yeah, you better come over your fear of whatever insects. Even my mum's not scared of it. My mum's born in Jamaica though, so my mum probably pick up tarantula and just be like...
Tarantula?
Yeah, just a tarantula. But, you know, here...
You went a bit too far, a big old thick tarantula.
I've not been, like, around massive insects and stuff, so that's why I didn't like moths and stuff, but now I don't care. And I want my children to not be scared of insects. I want them to go pick up the insect and get rid of it, not be running away from them. So I have to kind of lead the line, innit? But yeah, thank you guys.
That's the end of our questions. That was having fun.
That was really fun.
That's the end. Please send in more questions so we can have another question time you know.
If we get questions, we will answer it. It might be a little bit of time, but we will get back to it and really delve deep because we like to know what you guys think. It's really important.
Yeah, and we just like to talk.
And we do, man. And thank you for
always
everyone.
An experience. Thank you for your questions. Well done, Caden. And thank you for your support, everyone. And yeah, just continue to support us. Send in any feedback, any questions, and we will get back to you. Yeah?
Yes.
You're not going to give any details or anything?
Well, yes. Our website is youngfreeandcoupled.com. You go there, you will see all of our episodes. You can read a bit about us, and anything that we really want to put out, we'll put it on the website. Mm-hmm. Our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook is young, the number 3, and then the word coupled. No spaces or anything. And if you have WhatsApp and you want to send us something quickly, you can go to youngfreeandcoupled.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and click it. But it's also going to be in the show notes. Everything will be in the show notes because I give you guys all the information there. So while you're on the bus, whatever, listening to us, you can go to the show notes and look at everything. And
don't forget YouTube. We're there on YouTube.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Young Free and Coupled.
YouTube. Yeah, we're on it now, aren't we? Technically.
Yeah, but we're saying it to the listeners. If they're just listening, they can go to YouTube and check us out. Yeah. You can see all the movements of the show and all of the dramatisations of how I was when I was a child. It's his dramatisations of him running away from the dog with his friends.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, check us out. And thank you again. And I'll see you next time on another episode of Young, Free and Coupled. Bye.
Bye-bye. Running Man. You know, before I done the robot dance.
You like doing stuff. You like doing stuff at the end, didn't it? Just so that you can have it there.
Running Man. How does it? I can't do Running Man.
I don't know what you're.
That's not slow motion Running Man. I don't know what to do.
It's not. Just turn it off now.
No, they need to see. Okay. Bye bye.
Your Running Man's like your robot.
Really good.
Really not good.
Yeah, really good dancing.